scorched and shattered against the skyline, the bombed-out tower blocks of Borodyanka, an hour's drive from Kyiv. 700 homes were destroyed in brutal attacks by Russian forces. Since they withdrew in April, local authorities here have so far only had time to clear a fraction of the rubble and conduct surveys of the damage.
In just 2 or 3 weeks, they destroyed not only our buildings, but so much human life. Today, Borodyanka stands ready for the renovation process, but we need reconstruction materials and a workforce. We want our people who fled to return here, but they unfortunately have nowhere to stay.
Thousands of Borodyanka residents who'd fled are returning, but with nowhere to stay. Newly erected mobile homes donated by the Polish government provide some much-needed shelter. Anna was relieved to move in with her husband a fortnight ago.
We're really thankful for this, to the Polish government and everyone else who cares, especially the volunteers.
This shelter can house up to 350 people. Many, like Anna, may have to stay for months, even years.
Please come in.
So colossal is the task of rebuilding the town.
Look, this was our house. We lived on the 4th floor. This was our balcony. You can see there was a staircase, and here you can see in the next photo it just collapsed. So from our room there is just a drop now.
The town centre of Borodyanka was pulverised by airstrikes and shelling. Coming here, you really get a sense of the scale of some of the damage inflicted on Ukraine and what a task it's going to be to repair it. All across the Kyiv region, people are taking matters into their own hands. Volunteers picking up the pieces, building by building. Today, clearing up a residence whose roof was blasted off.
I'm from Kherson. I spent 50 days under the occupation. I was able to flee 1.5 months ago. A part of my family is still in occupied Kherson too. I fled here. I don't have any money or a job, but I really want to do something for my country. How can I do that? By clearing up debris in places like this.
All the neighbours are pitching in alongside the volunteer group. One of the residents, Ole, shows us where his apartment was blown apart just days after he and his family left.
2 tank shells hit this room. The tank fire destroyed everything. And you can see in here, this was our little daughter's bedroom. We were hit here too.
The homeowners have pooled funds to buy building materials and tools for the urgent repairs themselves.
It's so the building won't be flooded by rain or snow, because the state financing won't be available until next year, if it arrives at all, because the war is still ongoing.
Regional authorities are coordinating where they can. Down the road, overseeing the construction of 5 new houses, with 15 more due to spring up here soon. They're using bricks and timber donated by local businesses. They need more resources.
To restore all the buildings here, we estimate we need $30 million. Repairs on this scale are impossible using volunteers alone, but we're limited by the question of where and how to get funds.
The funding needed to rebuild Ukraine is colossal. Nearly 24,000 kilometres of roads have been damaged and some 300 bridges blown up. Ukraine will be looking for massive investment and aid from international allies, including Europe, but also wants Russia to foot the extremely heavy bill.
Overall calculations, which growing daily, It's more than $100 billion. It's impossible to imagine they're rebuilding Ukraine now from the scratch without any external help. And of course, we would like to have, Russia to pay for this, because it's obviously they came to our country, damaged our infrastructure, destroyed our cities. They need to pay back.
However, forcing Russia to pay war reparations, confiscating assets, could be legally long and complex and far from enough to raise Ukraine from the ruins.